Hi guys, it's Dawson from Night University, and sorry I haven't been able to put out a video recently. Life has just been hectic. There's been a ton of stuff going on. I'm still in high school, still, trying to, got college stuff going on. Trying to put out more content, and we got a bunch of new stuff going on, so you'll hopefully be able to see more videos soon. I just want to put this video out just to, just because I felt like it. So I got to watch this movie recently. It's been out for a long time, but I recently just got to sit down and watch it. I just figured I'd share my opinions for the people that haven't been able to sit down and watch this movie and are looking to see this movie, but are just looking for a review on it. And, yeah, so I just figured I'd talk about Beasts of the Southern Wild. Thoughts on this movie are a little mixed, actually. I was hyped up about this movie for a really long time. I had seen a bunch of people just hyping it up. I was 6 years old, Kevin Wallace in this movie, so I was excited to see if she had a good performance in the role, and she did. Let's just get that out of the way. The acting, all in all, was great in this movie. A lot of them were all brand new actors, had never acted before, weren't very experienced, so it was interesting to see these actors, and they did a great job. They delivered their dialogue very well. They were very good actors, and I have nothing against those people at all. The problem that I have with this movie is the story. The story doesn't really make any sense, and it doesn't really connect with the viewer. I watched this with a few other people, and at the end of the movie, it didn't leave us with anything. It didn't leave us with what most of the Oscar-nominated movies this year are leaving with people. Django Unchained, Argo, Amor even left people, with the feeling in the pit of their stomach. But this movie doesn't really leave me with anything. It kind of just left me with a shrug on the shoulders. I mean, I just didn't connect with it or anything. And the biggest problem with this movie is there was no point. But let's just talk about what basically the plot of this movie is. The plot of this story is about a girl named Hush Puppy who lives with her father in this place called the Bathtub, which is basically a wetlands right outside of kind of just the southern part of America. Basically just like an island on a bunch of algae. It was just awful. I don't know why anyone would ever want to live there. That was the biggest thing that just kept bugging me this whole movie, was there wasn't a reason for them to be living on this place. It never explained it. It never gave me a reason. It didn't even look like they were even having a good time or really ultimately wanted to be there. It was just awful. Just awful. Why the fuck would you why would you prefer to live like a bunch of homeless people? It made no sense. And the directing was pretty enough, and it was interesting enough for me to really be like, all right, okay, I'll roll with this. I'll go with it. But the story wasn't enough to really keep me in the movie. Basically, it's just them living on this island until one day there's basically I don't know what it didn't even explain what it was. It would just happened. That's the thing about this movie. Shit just happens. And it happens, and it doesn't leave an impact on the viewer or anything. It's just happening before you, and you're just supposed to just kind of just watch and interpret whatever you want from this movie, but shit just happens. Halfway through this movie, they end up living in this flooded area of the Bathtub. There was a kind of a Hurricane Katrina thing that's going on there, and it basically just looks like the aftermath of Katrina, and they're just living on this the ruins of the place. That they were doing this on is beautiful. They built these houses, these boats for these people to live on. They basically were just on the water this entire movie, and you know what? I appreciate them for that. That's a very interesting way to do things. Now, there are a bunch of themes that kind of happen in this movie, and it isn't implemented correctly. The themes and the motifs are in this movie, and you understand what they're trying to get with, but the theme has nothing to do with whatever the fuck happened this whole movie. It is just there. It's hey, so all the things that happen in this movie, forget about it. Here's the theme for this movie. And then it just focuses on this girl character. The theme is it's interesting enough, I guess. It's original enough, but it doesn't make any sense. So many questions were unanswered. So many characters were unexplained. It just didn't make any sense. But this movie, all in all, it's an okay movie. I would never have thought, if I saw this movie before the Oscar nominations, that this would have been even near the Oscars. Even close. I mean, what? Didn't the director be nominated for Best Director? I believe so. Well, why isn't Tarantino nominated? Why isn't Ryan Johnson nominated for Looper? Why isn't Looper in the Academy Awards? You know, I just sound like a fanboy. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, I did enjoy this movie at times, but there were too many flaws, and they just completely, it compacted and it just weighed down anything good about this movie. So I gotta give this movie a 6 out of 10. It was good. I recommend that you watch it if you are a big Academy Awards person. Have your own opinion on it, and yeah, I mean, I recommend that you do watch this movie. It's just, I was a bit puzzled by it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, basically, at the end of the day. If you guys like what you saw here, click right up there and subscribe. If it's down here, click down there. If it's over there, click right there. And I'm getting off track. Check out our other videos. We have some sketch comedy on there. We have one other review. Sorry about that. It's been a little hectic. Once again, I'm Dawson Knight from Knight University, and I'll see you guys next time.